Hello and welcome to Skill Hackathon. This is SQL Interview Questions and Answer series. Today we are going to look into one of the SQL question asked in an interview. So the question is to write a SQL query to split a full name column into first name and last name. And we need to assume that the names are separated by single space. We have been given an input table where we have ID and full name. Then the output table where we have ID, full name, first name, and last name. If we look into the input table, all these names except Emily, Rose, Pattrick has two words in it, the first name and the last name. However, the ID 3 has first name, middle name, and last name. And in the output, we only want first name and the last name, not the middle name. So for all these rows, we only want the first name and the last name. So let's go to SQL and check how we can do it practically. Okay, I have already written the query to create the table and insert the values. So let me run this. Okay, we have created the table. Now let's insert the values. Okay, now let us check the table. So this is our table ID, full name, which was given in the input table. Okay, now let's write the query for the solution. Okay, to solve this, what we are going to do is we are going to use one method called split part. So let's write this, select. So we want the full name column. So let's write it full name, comma. Now we are going to write the split underscore part. So this is a method where we can split the words using a space or comma. So split part. So in split part, we are going to split the column full name. So let's write it here, full name, comma. And we are going to split it based on the space in the names. So if you see John Doe, here we have a space between these two names, first name and last name, John space Doe. So we are going to split it based on a space. Now, comma, we are going to write it as 1. Now, this we are going to give it as an alias called first underscore name, comma. Now for the next part, let's copy this. Now paste it. Now here, instead of 1, we are going to write it as 2. And this will be as last name from the persons table. Persons. Now let's run this query. So if we look into the output table, we got it full name, first name, and last name. Now John Doe, we are getting John Doe, Emma Watson, Emma Watson. But for Emma Rose Pattrick, we are getting Emma Rose. So what's happening is in this part, split part, full name, space 1 as first name, it extracts the first part of the full name. Now here it extracts the second part of the full name. That's why from Emily Rose Pattrick, we are getting Rose. Now, if we write it as 3, then run it. See, for Emily Rose Pattrick, we are getting the third part, Pattrick. But as John Doe and all other names doesn't have a third part, we are not getting the third part here. So what we can do is, let's remove this. So there is one more method we can use here. What we can do is, along with split part, we need to use array length and string to array methods. So how we can write it is, okay, let's split full name, comma, this space will be there. After that, we need to write array underscore length. Now in the bracket, we need to write string underscore to underscore array. Now in the bracket, we'll have full name column, so full name, comma, space. Now after this, we need to write it as 1. Now let's run this query. Okay, so John Doe, John is first name, Doe. For Emily Rose Pattrick, Emily, then Pattrick is the last name. So this is how we can get the first name and last name, excluding the middle name from here. So how it's working is this string to array full name, comma, space. What it does it converts the full name into an array of words. Okay. Now we are checking the array length of this array of words. So this array of words, what will happen? String to array, it will convert into array of words. So John Doe will have 2 words, John and Doe. Then Emily Rose Pattrick will have 3 words, Emily Rose Pattrick, like that. Then it is going to count the length of the array. So for John Doe, the length will be 2. For Emma Watson, it will be 2. For Emily Rose Pattrick, the length will be 3. Now this one here we have written, it's because of the one-dimensional array that we are converting it into. So this method, what it does is it ensures that the last name is correctly assigned even if there are multiple middle names. This is how we are extracting the first name and last name irrespective of the full name having middle name or not. I hope you got it. So if you want to understand it more better way, let's do one thing. Let's copy this. Then let's paste it here. What we can do is, let's remove this. Okay. Now, let's remove this as well. Copy this. Now let's remove this so that we'll get an idea what's happening here. Okay. Now let's run this. See, this is how it's working. So for John Doe, we are getting array length 2, Emma Watson, array length 2, Emily Rose Pattrick, we are getting the array length 3. So this is how it's getting the array length. Now in this split part, right? Let me show you how it is working. Okay. So once we are getting the array length, here it will be for the first full name John Doe, it will be 2. For Emma Watson, it will be 2. So we are getting the second part of the full name. Then for Emily Rose Pattrick, this will be 3. So it will be 3. So we'll be getting the Pattrick. This is how it's working. I hope you got the idea how we are using split part for the first name, then split part along with array length and string to array to extract the last name. Thank you. We'll see you in the next video.